Welcome to FX Street. Thank you for coming. Before we talk about Cosmos and where its downside risks may be, and diving into those technicals, I'd really encourage you to head on over to YouTube, join our channel there by hitting that subscribe button, and you can follow us on Twitter at FXSCrypto and myself at JustAnalysis1. So, Atom, Cosmos, certainly not immune to the same kind of, broader market gyrations across the board that all risk-on assets are experiencing. There was a nice a bullish move yesterday that looked like it could have closed above the Tenkan Sen. Ultimately, we closed below the Tenkan Sen. And then the follow-through price action so far during the Thursday session is that it's close to yesterday's open, and it has breached yesterday's low, and that has created a, for Atom at least, that's created a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a new, I'm sorry, it's not, it's a new 2-day low. I don't know why I didn't see the wicks there, but anyways, yeah, the drop down here is concerning for a couple of reasons. First, it's now below, so the daily close is most important, but currently, it's below the 50% fib retracement at $28, and it is dropped below the lower trend line of this ascending triangle pattern. And it's in a very, very touchy spot. So, on the daily chart, it's still in a bull market in the RSI. The optics bands they're trending lower, but they're not at an extreme low. The composite index is sitting at some lows here, and there is some hidden bullish divergence between the candlestick chart and the composite index. So there are some signs that the move currently may not be genuine. On the weekly chart, the weekly chart shows that this is an interesting position that it's in. It's in it. The current weekly chart shows an inside bar, meaning that the range of this week is the highs and the lows of the week are within the range of last week. So, in other words, this week's high is below last week's high, and this week's low is above last week's low. And if we close an inside bar, that's a good thing because that provides a little bit more clarity on breakout directions. And it gives a kind of a more clear signal of what levels to watch out for. But from an Ichimoku perspective, it's still bullish because it's above the cloud. However, if you want to see it continue higher, it really needs to first get above the Kijun Sen and the Tenkan Sen. So it needs a close around 33. What is that? Around 33.50. 33.5 is what it needs. The oscillators do support some continued movement higher. So despite where it's sitting here, there's a good chance that it does find some support. You have the extended 2021 volume profile. The volume point of control is at 26 and a quarter. But there's so much of what's happening with cryptocurrencies is the short-term moves are going to be very dependent on what's happening with the whole Russia-Ukraine issue. Russia's invasion and war with Ukraine has caused risk-on markets globally to have some pretty dramatic whipsaws they haven't seen in years. And, even though cryptocurrencies are viewed, and Atom in particular, as a DeFi asset, even though, people who are adherents to cryptocurrencies, we view these as cryptos as kind of a flight to safety and as a protection against confiscation and a protection of our own wealth and capital. The money that is involved in moving these markets, they treat them as speculative instruments. And so as long as risk-on markets are affected and as long as the majority of professional big money is risk averse, that's going to affect the riskiest of risk-on assets like cryptocurrencies, especially altcoins. So, downside risks are still there. They're still substantial. When I revisit this next week, probably, I would say that the downside risks are limited to the bottom of the weekly cloud, and that's the 382 fib retracement of the broader trend from the all-time high down to the strong bar on the monthly chart. The $23 level is probably the low that it would hit, and the upside potential probably limited to really the top of this ascending triangle near 41.5. So that's what I see for Cosmos, Adam, and I'll leave it there. Please don't forget to head on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, follow us on Twitter, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.